Hello, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to some more Factorio Space Age. So today we're gonna be going in. Uh, Yesterday, the last 2 days have been kind of hectic. Had some internet issues and some other things. I did add a little bit of extra purple generation over here, so we doubled that. May have been easier just to put take uh, railroads and stuff over here, and then had them just feed in there. It looks like I need more of those to kind of keep the purple going. But we're doing okay. Starting to get some purple. We're starting to get blue to back up finally. And this is all going well. Really, what we need to do today is to get this guy started and start getting this put over here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these trees. Go away. So that way we can get the trees kind of going. At some point, we need to do yellow and gray science, but we'll do that. We'll do this. So really, what we need to do is we need to go up here to here. We're gonna go our platform space platform one, and the first thing we're gonna do is Control C like this. Like, like wait, let's see. We go E here. We'll go space platform, and we're gonna get us a little bit of room here. And we'll hit our plus to make this a little bit larger. Do that like this. Do there. Do there. We don't actually need a really large amount of stuff up here. Just a little bit. So now, once this is happening, if we go back down here, we'll go ahead and cue this down. We'll go back to novice, right? And then we'll go look over here. And what we should be seeing is a bunch of robots going to pick up stuff from up here and bringing it to us here. So you'll see those starting to be loaded. That will come up to the platform. And we can go back up here. And as soon as we see that delivered, it'll start building things for us. All right. There that goes. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get enough rockets up here to get all that stuff done. But what we can do in the process is we can get an asteroid collector, right? And we can start building. Oh, well, that's not awesome. Let's try that again. Crash. Oh, the mods. Let's see. I guess I should have actually paid attention to that and see what it was. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and put basically a collector here on the front. And honestly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come 3, 3, right? So we can put one there. We'll skip one there, and then that way those two will be. Not that we really need that much in the front to be protected, but do like that. Do like that. And technically, I can build like half of this thing. Do like there. Construction drones not recoverable area. Oh, okay. So construction drones are not working up here. Okay. I'll be right back. All right, so we got rid of the construction drones. Hey, who don't want to be useful. Yeah, I think what happens is because I'm building up here and I'm not able to build, they're getting very mad at me right now. So that's fine. So let's go back to, and there. Probably could put a couple of them on the back too. Um, so this platform is literally just to attempt. So all we're trying to do is get enough stuff up here that we can kind of build some science. So we just need a handful of grabbers along the sides. From there, we're going to. The issue is I probably don't have enough space platform here. Go ahead, we're going to do. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I always do that. So what I want to do is build. Go ahead, pull these up for now. So what we're doing right now is moving some stuff up here, and slowly getting that stuff going. So if we go back down to novice and look, we should be slowly loading. Oh, that's why. Let's see. You can do that. You can do that, and you can do that. So what's happened is I didn't have these things set up to do automatic request. Since I didn't have them set up to do it, they didn't. So they weren't requesting anything. So I should see a whole army of guys bringing stuff over to them right now. Basically, as everybody gets brought over, they'll start loading these guys up for us, and then that should be getting that stuff loaded up there fairly quickly. And it's not going to be fast because we don't have a lot of uh, shuttles going up there, but that should help quite a bit. All right. Now, what I want to do here is we're going to go back over here to normal guys. I kind of want to go. I'll just do it this way. That's fine. So this stuff will all come out, and then that way we have plenty of those. They're still trying to figure out their life with that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build, and you can kind of start with whatever you want, but I'm just gonna start with blue. And the sushi belt situation seems to be kind of the better way to do this. Right? So the sushi belt operation is kind of the way to go. Let's see. But I may have enough room. It may actually work. And since we don't need guns at the moment, it makes our life a little bit easier. So all I'm doing is I'm making a nice little belt that goes around. I'm gonna have all these guys basically. Uh, no, first I need to do is get a decider combinator, right? And like this. Now the problem is we're currently waiting on these rockets to kind of rebuild, and then them to figure out what they need to bring. So he's gonna bring me my belts, and then he's slowly working on another one. These guys are almost done. And this is why, like, you build so many extra ones because you need to send so many rockets up to build a space platform. That in the beginning is just it takes forever to get all the stuff out there that you need. And it's weird, like when you need them, you need ridiculous amounts of them. But once you kind of have your platform up there, you don't need nearly as many of them. As soon as we figure out what our life is, this stuff is under this. Oh, we're still bringing space platforms. So it's still kind of trying to build the whole space platform. And then once it does that, they'll add the other stuff in. And then we'll get these guys added. So what I want to do here is I want to take me green one. We're going to go from here to the input here. And then we're going to click on this belt. We're going to tell it to read belt contents, and we're going to tell it to hold all belts. And that way it basically will look at the entire belt. Once these guys kind of get built, then it will, that yellow border will be on everything. Once it gets built. Right. So once those kind of get built, what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to set this first one. We're going to tell it to conditions green. We're going to go here to this guy, and we're going to tell it to go look for metallic asteroids. Okay. And then metallic asteroids, I need it to be 20, right? And then the output will be metallic asteroid, right? So then what I'm going to do with that is once we get done with this guy, we'll take our red and we'll put our red like this. Click that guy out like this and like this and like this, like this. And we're basically going to go all the way around and connect all these guys like that. And then this guy is going to be filters. And unfortunately, these are kind of hard pressed to do it. I want to kind of go through this, at least the first ship, and completely set up. I could have just copied and brought one of my own ships in that was already set up, but it makes it kind of cheesy. Why? That's weird. Why are you not able? Weird. If you don't have these all set to filters like this, what will end up happening is, oh, that's not what I want to do. If you don't have them set to filter like this, what will end up happening is they will I don't know why. That one's not able to be read. Oh, because it's not actually connected. I missed it. Okay, so red. That's fine. All right, so now that's there. So now that one's set filtered. So as these things get built, what will happen is these we're going to go through and go, oh, okay, well, here's your filter. If there's over 20 of these things, I think I may have it wrong, but we'll see when they get put in. And then this one's going to go to the next one. It's at 20. And then this is going to be here like this guy. I think I do have it backwards because it should be. If it's less than 20, it should do it. And then here, always takes me a minute to get these things kind of figured out. So then that one is going to go here, and it's going to go 20 also. And let's see, ace. And once we kind of figure out which ones of these we need, we can kind of figure out what we need. Now, oh, we need, we don't have power. Okay, that makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. All right. So we don't actually have power up here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to this guy like this. Now you don't actually need much more than that. You'll find out that the solar panels up there do very, very well. And unfortunately, my solar panels down here are not going to go so well. Let's see, I can do this. Do that. So I'll just cheese that one and get solar panels up there. We'll let those go put those someplace. All right. Let's do this. Back to space platform. We should have those being built down there, I think. I don't remember if I did built the decider combinators or if I just hand built them. I have decider combinators. I'll just go hand build a few of them real quick. Evidently are destroying the ability to make copper again. Oh no. Oh, these figured out. Oh, they know they're gonna be down there. I'm pretty sure I had some decider combinators here. I had to have because I built these guys. Do they just not know where they're at? Have they not gotten to the part where they're loading those yet? What you guys doing? I know I had a problem in the previous playthrough where these guys sometimes will get confused and forget. I just don't think they have enough of the yellow things in there. Let's see. Let's go back up to space platform. The problem is I really need these things to be working because what's happening? Oh no, they're disabled. Oh, because they don't have a filter in them all because this thing is not attached. Um, well, I guess I can just go ahead and start putting them in these guys like this. You're gonna have to move. So those two on the bottom need to come up. All right. Well, the good news is when you do that, don't let it, it'll auto basically drop back into the storage and then come straight back out. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, unfortunately, yeah, those are going to start trying to work. So they are going to start grabbing things and being grabby. And they're going to throw a couple of things on it. Now, the good news about them throwing a couple of things on there is we still don't have those. All right. So I'm waiting for those. So let me get those built and then we'll work on the next little section. Be back soon. All right, we're back. We have the decider combinators coming back up. Now there's loading. Unfortunately, you can't tell it to only bring what you need. I don't think as of yet. It just kind of the way it does it. So we hit my M key here and to the space platform. So that should give us those. And it sends it. It sends 50 of them. So hopefully, as soon as we see these guys land, they'll get put in, and we'll start seeing these things move for us. There they go. Those all three go in. Now, those should be trying to filter. So we have 11 ice. So we have 31 of those, 29 of those. So we can probably bump this thing up to like 50. We can bump this guy up to 50. We bump this guy up to 50. The trick here is just not to get so much stuff that it's constantly over full, and we don't want the belt to be full, but we want the belt to have enough stuff on it that we can uh, effectively grab things and move it. Now let's go here and look at white science. White science. We need one ice, two iron plate, and one carbon. All right. So what we're probably going to do down here, one ice, two iron plate, and one carbon. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this guy right here. We're going to have three of these guys set up. Right. So we'll have one, two, and then three like this. Not that big of a deal. And we'll have plenty of room over here to do the other side. Right. And then we'll do, now you do need to have a couple of things here. So we need to have an out, an in, an out, and an in, right? And then what these are going to do is this one's going to be filtered, use filters, and we're going to tell it it can only grab, well, actually, it will only grab the ones we need it. So we don't need to use a filter on this one. We need to use a filter on this one. So the bottom one, we're going to tell it to be ice, right? So we're going to use a filter. I tell it this. We're going to tell it we only want to do ice chunks or ice asteroids. This one use a filter. This one be carbon chunks. This one, you filter, I can only move metallic chunks. So the reason these things go is when you go in here and do ice here on the first one, a byproduct of it sometimes is it does make it a asteroid. And if you don't have it set up to where it will unload those, it's got to do something with them. And then so it's easier just to have it set up to automatically do something with them instead of trying to figure it out. So now on the back side of this, we'll have like this, right? And we're gonna have you also going to be filtered, and you're only going to do ice chunks. You are going to be filtered, and you're only going to do carbon, right? So we can spin these guys around like this, spin these guys around like this. Uh, this guy, and we're going to have you are only going to do, can't remember. Yeah, it's just iron ore, right? So just regular iron ore, right? So we'll do like that. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. So now what we need to do is get us a couple of electric furnaces. Let's see. You guys, they're like this and like this. Should be all right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do right in like that. Do, oh, well, the good news is up here you don't need anything for like you don't have to put any power poles in. You don't have to do any of that stuff in. You just need to make sure you have enough things up here to be able to actually move stuff. Right? So those we're getting extra blue things brought up. We'll get these guys brought up here. And then what we need is we need that's not really going to do what I want it to do. You can go back here too, it's fine. All right. Don't want you to go there. And then you guys are one and so do that. Then you get a little bit of undergroundies here. So I'm gonna need those. Do here to there. That'll be fine. That'll be fine like that. Do like this and like this, that, and like that. Okay. And then once we do that, we can do like that. We can do like that. And pretty much the only thing I need in this entire thing up here is the white science. That's the only purpose of this entire building is for me to create white science. And as long as we can have that and it's coming in and we're doing what we need to do, I'm not worried about anything else. So this space platform, the first space platform, is literally just to generate white science. That's all we're doing. So if we completely fill it up, we can get over it. Now, that being said, I'm going to limit it. So what you do is you click on the main cargo hub here, click on this guy like this, and then we're going to tell this guy enable disable. I'm going to tell it uh where is it? White science. Then we're going to say 2000, right? We're going to say constant, right? And then that way that will limit how many kind of white science gets popped into there. These guys are running. And then once that gets done here in a second, you'll see those kind of will do that. Then I'm going to kind of cheese this a little bit. It's fine. And then we're going to flip it horizontally and put it on the other side. Get rid of this because we don't need it. Right? And then what will end up happening over here, now this is going to do the exact same thing. So uh, as long as we can keep enough asteroids in the area and keep enough asteroids that we can drop, this whole thing will work, and basically just pump science into the building, uh, or into this guy here. And you'll see we've already got 10 of them in there, along with all the other stuff here. And this does all kind of extra stuff we don't need up here right now. Whenever you summon things, right? So I go here and I'm like, hey, I need you to build a big electric pole, right? Well, it's going to send me up like 50 of them. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to send a full rocket load unless I handcraft a rocket to send up. So it's just one of those things. It's kind of what it does. And then once all this stuff is up and running, you see it's all kind of going well. Not having to worry about anything about, oh, here, let me make sure I don't overload the belt or if I underload or something. Like I could probably take the front of this and kind of move it up a little bit and make more science production, which wouldn't be too hard to do. Because it looks like these guys are all staying pretty backed up. So as long as everything's staying backed up, and even this site's starting to get slowly backed up, obviously the ice is failing on us right now. Now the one problem with this thing is it doesn't move. And since it can't move, and we can't move right now because we don't have anything researched to be able to move, um, it's just going to sit here. It's going to be a stationary platform. It's just going to grab whatever it can grab, and it's just going to kind of go from there. Now we can go up here and look at these guys and see, like, we have 17 ice. We are low on ice. Um, it's just we've used a lot of it. And it says we have, okay. And then with the blue belt, doing the sushi belt the way we're doing it, you want to keep those things moving. And then on the outside of it, you'll see every once in a while you'll see a little asteroid here or there. Because what's happening is these things are picking it up from the inside, processing. If they have extra, when they put it back on the outside, that way they can always unload. Very, very important. All right. So, see, now we do need to have 1,000 of these to be able to send a rocket down. All right. Now let's go ahead and go down to back to novice. Now the way this is going to work, right, is this thing is going to request science, and basically it's going to request 1,000 of them, right? And then it can have as many as it wants, but it wants to have at least 1,000, right? So now it's trying to get that 1,000 built. It's going to take me a minute to do that. Now, the only thing that this thing is requesting is that. Anything else that can get here can come down this way. But what we want to do is we'll go ahead and we're going to grab a couple of stack inserters like this. We'll do like, actually, do like that, right? And then he's got no power. He's angry about it. It'll be fine. Let's see. Let me get this guy here. Do you? Now you have power. Oh, oh, well, it's sending it down in smaller quantities, right? So what we want to do here is I want to have these guys like this, right? And then what I'll do is I'll have two more over here. And then we're going to go down here, figure out where white's going to go, right? Let's see. Bring this guy out just like this. And we'll have it start bringing whites in. So the white science will come in. And then once it kind of gets into here, that allows us to start working on the other items that we need for that science. And it's just going to start loading them in as slowly as it can. And then they're going to bring me all my blues back. All right. So that should be going in there. So now that white science has been researched. And then that opens all kinds of fun stuff down here. Now, the things that we do need, and I'm just going to go out and research them. So we're going to start research on that guy because that's important. Start research on this guy because, well, I need it. And then the rocket engine, we're going to do that one too. We're going to queue that one. Let's see. We get the red ones. We'll get all of our modules kind of researched. I also want to get rocket engines researched because those are important. Now, if we go up here and look, this is only 500, 200, 500, 200, 200. So we'll slowly get through all those. The space science is going to eventually get caught up with us. Now, there's two ways to do this. We can either go up here and try to alter our space platform to get it to run a little bit more efficiently. The ice here is definitely causing us some problems. There seems to be. Oh, I found out why the ice isn't working. I was like, why is there ice on it? But it's not. It's because this thing was stuck. Basically, the asteroid chunk was full. And luckily I filtered this because if not, it had just been throwing asteroid chunks out here. I guess if I really wanted to, I could just have it unload it and then have something up here that grabs asteroid chunks. But you still need to have it filtered. So, with that thing being not filtered correctly, this whole thing wasn't going to work. So, it's just slowly building a little bit of science up for us. Eventually, hopefully, what will happen is we'll get to the point where we'll have enough that we can kind of do this. Now, what I could do is basically see control X this entire front, move it up a couple of steps, put a couple more builders in there, and slowly start working on trying to get us some more science per minute out of this. That would be one way to do it, is to make this platform bigger. But the issue is if you make this platform larger, all it does is it basically makes it um, you have a limited number of asteroids on the screen, right? So these asteroids that are floating in to kind of get grabbed, there's a limited number of them on the screen. That it generates per map, right? So as this thing is being generated and dropped in, these things uh, you can't control how many of them it puts in. The only way you can control it would be to control C this entire thing, right? We can go in here to game blueprints. We can put this guy here like this, right? And then we go back down here and we say build new space platform, right? And then science two, right? And then basically what I'll do is then that basically goes up and becomes another space platform. So as soon as it figures out its life and where the space platform is and gets it brought down here, which should be up here someplace, I think. Yeah, so that thing is being delivered down here. Now, do you need two space platforms up there? I don't know, probably not. Uh, can you have two space? Yeah, you can have as many space platforms as you want. And then that thing will go ahead and launch up there. And then eventually we'll get a message saying that the space platform 2 has been made. And then we're going to piss off all of our rockets again. And then that guy should start building again. So there's that guy created in orbit. So we go to space platform 2 and we can do Control V and we'll just paste that down. So, and then as soon as that happens, we can go back to novice. And then these guys should be having things brought to them. And then once that stuff is brought down, once it's brought down, and it may be quite possible that I'm starting to, no, these things are completely full. Uh, so it'll start bringing everything that we need for building, and then launching it into orbit for us. So as that stuff is all brought in, be launched into orbit. Now you do have to be careful with your space platforms and stuff like that, because as I build this thing, I'm like, hey, go build this thing. If I don't have enough storage here for all the random garbage that I'm pulling up in the beginning, it can cause problems to where you get in this weird locked position where you can't bring anything else up because this is full. Um, and then if you haven't built enough platform, then it causes issues. So, but we'll get that guy built. And once it's all built and kind of figuring its life out, we can go back over to the other space platform and see that it's just slowly building stuff. Just slowly, slowly, slowly. And then back to novice. And then basically now we're in a holding pattern, waiting for some logistics to get made. Unfortunately, that is it's only 500, but it's still a slow process to be able to get uh, the white science, the space science from orbit. But and then what we'll end up doing is that will be pink science and then yellow and green. Once we actually get those, and then it's like isn't two really two? Oh, that's it. Going up to make the other. Still trying to send the stuff up for the other platform. So now you have to be careful too, because if you have an issue where you build another space platform and you don't have it native, ready to build a space platform, or you don't have enough stuff to do it, it can actually kind of clog your system up. And we were running into that problem in the last game where we would get too far into it. We were coming back and trying to request a ship to be fixed at the same time as the ship to be upgraded, and it could get okay. Why? Why? Hey, okay, that would make sense. I did that. That's my fault. That's gonna be a cleanup on aisle 7. Yeah, that's gonna cause a problem. Trying to get just the edge of it, but I'm moving so fast now that I can't. I have so much fuel on me now. So much. All right, we'll just clear all the coal off. And I guess the coal wouldn't necessarily be a big problem. Yeah, I could think of other problems that would cause bigger issues. And it's just one line. So basically it's just making me a half a line of, but the problem is it's not being able to produce as much fuel as I need it to, and that is where the problem comes in. I don't think I'm using rocket fuel anywhere else. I can grab all that out of my inventory now. It's so much. Nope, still got more. So much. I think we may have actually caught it. This is going to take forever to do that. Let's see. We'll just let them go put it all in storage. We'll use it at some point. All right. So that stuff is all going. Logistics is going good. We'll have logistics boxes built next time around. We'll have engine research. We'll start building engines, and then start working on traveling to foreign planets. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'll leave. Probably go in. Let's see. Once we actually have, I think I have to. Do I have to research? No, I don't. So I'm gonna research all 3 planets so we can kind of choose which one we want to go to, and then we'll kind of let this stuff all figure out where we're gonna go next. But I'm gonna let this guy run for a little bit and see if I can get some of these stuff sorted out. But we do have some science coming in now. We do have uh, The second platform is on its way. It's going to take it a minute. It's going to take it a hot minute. Let me get those guys put away. And then completely just ravaging the poor system here as we're trying to get all the pieces filled made to launch as many rockets as we've been launching. But we're doing all right. We'll all get it all figured out. Yep, I don't need those in my inventory either. Definitely don't need these here. You can have those. Do, 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 do. The fun part with the science is if you have extra ones sitting in your inventory, you just drop them in there. Now, what we'll probably end up doing between this episode and next is I'll work on getting all these speed modules and production modules for this thing to so it's better. They're only tier 2 ones, just because that's what I was using at the time. I'm horrible about not going back and updating those things, but we at least have space science coming in. All right, but as always, if you all enjoy these contents, please consider throwing a like on it. If you have a question, comment, concern, you can throw that down below. And if you're not subscribed and you would like to be, there's a button for that too. You guys be safe. We'll talk to y'all next time.